Over the last year, fights for reparations have made some headway across the country. The task force in California recommended offering housing grants, free tuition, and job protections as reparations to Black people. Advocates in New Jersey are pushing reparations as a way to help close the state's $300,000 racial wealth gap. And in Evanston, Illinois last year, they became the very first city in America to actually pass and issue reparations in the form of housing vouchers. That effort in Evanston started with Alderman Robin Rue Simmons, and it built on work at the federal level spearheaded by friend of the show, Democratic Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. Those two efforts are the subject of a brand new documentary called The Big Payback.
This is a proposal for reparations for the institution of slavery.
Yes.
The institution of slavery has never gone away.
Convict leasing,
The oppression of voting.
poll taxes, and racist GI bills.
H.R. 40 is, in fact, the response of the United States of America, long overdue.
I get this call from a dear friend. He said, man, you know, we got a bad sister in Evanston, and she's pushing the reparations question.
The Big Payback debuted at this year's Tribeca Film Festival and was co-directed by Whitney Dow and the amazing Erica Alexander, who joins me right now. Thank you so much for being here. It's so good to see you.
It's wonderful to see you. Fuchsia is one of your many colors, Erlina. You're beautiful. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you so much. So, Erica, how did this documentary come about? Why did you decide to highlight efforts around getting reparations for folks?
Well, you know what? I'd like to say very simply and humbly that my skin drew me into this story. Obviously, I'm a Black woman. Like you, I'm born in America. This story is about race, and race is like an American Molotov cocktail. Wherever you throw it, it is volatile. And so this is about the Benjamins. You know, we talk about slavery and race and bias and prejudice and injustice. And that's what drew me into it, because it's all around us. It's been fundamental to how America built its systems of injustice and the systemic issues that we're dealing with. So we just wanted to add to this conversation and this movement that is building.
It's cool to see this movement build, actually, because I think that the momentum certainly picked up in recent years with Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, who introduced a bill to study and develop reparations proposals. I mean, it's seen little action in Congress, but we already know that's a whole conversation for another day about the dysfunction in Congress. But why do you think that the mere act of actually just talking about reparations, saying the word reparations, having presidential candidates say the word reparations, why do you think that's too much for some folks out there?
Because no one wants to deal with the not only the guilt that's inside of this subject, but also the systemic issues that still reside today. If you open it up, it's like opening up a Pandora's box. If they actually move the legislation through H.R. 40, they're going to get the powers of Congress to go in there and actually prove the case that inside of banking systems and educational systems and real estate and all these things, not only did we build America in this way, we still continue to target very specifically sometimes African Americans and Blacks and certainly people of color. But we're talking about reparations for descendants of slavery, for their descendants. And it's more than volatile. There's a lot of Black people who I think don't think it's a handout, but we never got an apology for slavery without conditions, and we never got any restitution or redress. And this is about that, not only conversation, but making sure that in the third Reconstruction, as Reverend Barber puts in it, that we finally not only address this, but I don't think America can be a great empire or go forward unless it does.
It's such an important point. And one of the conversations I think is important to have in this moment, now that we're actually comfortable talking about reparations, is what form they actually come in, whether that is cash money, whether that's housing vouchers or higher wages like they're considering in California, along with tuition. The original was 40 acres and a mule. We've come a long way from that. I don't really know what I would do with that. But talk about the different forms that reparations are taking since we're finally able to have a real conversation about them.
Sure. And by the way, if they would like to give me a mule and 40 acres, I'll take it.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Just
yes, girl, absolutely. But I believe when I started this journey, I mistook the reparations movement as a personal admission and apology with payment for monetary proof. And I think it's about the moral debt toward me, people like me and fellow African Americans. But I'm certainly convinced now, and I have been educated by those who are committed and they're experts in this issue, that that's a very limited point of view. The debt resides within the fabric of America. So if you're going to talk about America the Beautiful, from sea to shining sea, all this stuff, racism and residual evil resides in the DNA. So therefore, it's the government's debt to pay. And so we're talking about, again, in places where we need it's hard for me to say this, reparative programs. We should talk about it inside of education and real estate and banking and financial institutions and the military. When they came home from World War II, they didn't get the types of bills and help that other people did. In so many periods, they promised Black people these types of things and they didn't do it. But we have proof that didn't happen. And we need to talk about how we can implement those things and start to get it to the descendants. Very specifically, some people want it to the descendants of the enslaved, but some people see it as something that's about the Black Americans, but that's also to be debated.
So my last question is actually about Living Single, because we've seen a few of our favorite 90s shows get reboots. Bel-Air is a reboot of, obviously, The Fresh Prince. And then there was the Martin reunion. I mean, anything that works for Living Single, I totally can see this. I can see a Maxine Shaw for the 2022 generation. I can see it.
Well, thank you, Zerlina. I like the glasses and the vision you have on. Shout out first to Yvette Lee Bowser, who is the person who created the show, and all my castmates, Latifah, Kim, John, and TC. We love each other. I don't know if that's specifically in the works, or even maybe what could happen, but it would really be nice to reimagine these characters inside of a different show. The same kind of energy, but pushing forward. So, I'd like to hold out hope that anything is possible. I'm the person who's held out the most because I believe in going forward. It's very hard for us to imagine ourselves as 20-somethings when I'm already 52. Knock on wood, I feel good and able to do a lot of beautiful things, but I'm a different person. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who not only supported us, but who have held that vision for all this time, because I know it's out of love and out of respect. And more importantly, they really do enjoy those characters. So thank you. We'll see.
Oh, I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, Sinclair's a TikTok influencer. Maxine Shaw works like as a lawyer for Black Lives Matter activists. I mean, like, I can see the universe. I can do it. I can see it. Erika Alexander, it was so great to have you on today. Thank you so much for being here. The documentary is The Big Payback. Please stay safe. Hi, I'm Zerlina Maxwell. Thanks for checking out our channel on YouTube. You can see more from Zerlina by clicking any of the videos on this screen, and make sure you subscribe below to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. Thanks for watching.